Sometimes people,
Yeah, you don't know where you can find
but that's very fruitful. Like you guys,
like knowing each other and then like moving
you
on
make it happen.
from friendship to a business.
Yeah, and sometimes it could be not easy to work
Yes,
with friends.
that's the thing.
So it doesn't matter. No, more than it doesn't matter. I wanted to say, probably you are friends, but you don't know if you can work together.
Exactly,
and probably can like working together can also ruin a friendship sometimes.
Definitely.
Hello.
Hello.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And thank you for inviting me.
Sure. I mean, actually, we are very glad that you came to this podcast. And actually, we are really interested to know more about your story and as well as your entrepreneurship.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's my pleasure.
Yeah. I would like to start by saying this has been a really nice thing. And I'm so happy that you came because she went to Italy recently. I got started about Italy like 1 year. And it's like a manifestation or the law of attraction that you are here. Like,
we're a fan of Italy.
A fan of the culture, the food,
yes.
the hospitality of the people. And we will get a touch of today the entrepreneurship and women and empowerment from Italy.
Yes, certo.
Certo. So I would like to say piacere di conoscerti. Welcome for the first time.
Piacere mio.
No, piacere us. Okay, let's talk about Italy some other time because I will not stop. Let's talk about entrepreneurship right now. So introduce us yourself and your name and let us know about you.
So I am Costanza and I am 26 years old. And I have a startup. I'm one of the founders, and the startup is called Ta-daan. And
Ta-daan.
Yeah, so Ta-daan. Ta-daan actually is an interesting name, as it's quite international. It gives the sound of a good and positive surprise that happens when you do something with your hand, and then you're very proud of it and you want to show it to somebody, and that's a Ta-daan. And kids normally do it a lot.
Yes,
Maybe you're used to the ta-da sound without the n at the end, but Ta-daan is like the Italian version of ta-da. And there are many versions actually in the whole world. Ta-da is maybe the most common, but then also in Korea there's something similar. I find out that is kind of a chan.
Yes,
something like that.
Always there is sounds come up like from the sounding system, like when we do with the materials or anything. So sometimes like when we imitate it by word, it comes like exactly from the clicking things.
Many cultures and languages, they use the words as, and that's very relatable. You chose a very nice name. So why Ta-daan? How did it originate? Whose idea was it?
So it has a lot to do with what we do actually. So as I said, is the happiness of showing something that you do to somebody else. And Ta-daan started in 2019 as digital magazine to promote contemporary craftsmanship. So actually to promote something that is handmade and sustain the small businesses behind it and make them proudly show to the rest of the world what they do. So this is what we started. We started in on an Instagram page. So that's the first channel where we started from.
Instagram, very strong.
Super strong. And then on Instagram we found out how strong is the community about craftsmanship and everything handmade, really. So but they're very divided and sectorial. So it was the lack of something that was kind of a collector of many different medium and many different techniques. And otherwise you find many maybe just about knitting, just about ceramics. But at Ta-daan we talk about a wider range of craft activities. And also we decided to start and have a community globally immediately. So we chose English as first language to communicate. And this allowed us to not just say and stay in the Italian area,
Go more
but
global.
go global, from the beginning. So
That's very strong. That's very good. Actually.
Actually, English is like the
medium.
the main language that everybody can speak. And it connects everyone in the world, even though you have different background, you have different education system, or let's say whatever it is, it's like something that, you can speak English, so it's easy
to connect.
connect.
Absolutely.
That's very smart.
And so this is where we started from. But then, of course, we opened up many other channels. So in the 2 years of working, we opened up Pinterest. Actually, we found ourselves to be on Pinterest before launching, because people were pinning
it is
our
more
stuff.
creative. You can see like it's a platform where you can get inspiration of different art. And it's really unique art from every perspective.
Exactly. So that's where Ta-daan went immediately. And then, of course, other social networks, and then our own website, where we have a blog kind of. So this is Ta-daan as magazine. And of course, showing the people behind the product, but of course also products. People started to ask, what can I, how much does it cost, and where can I buy it? So we knew by heart from the beginning that we had to do kind of an evolution of the business, and also sell, not
More
just storytelling, but adding also the selling part. And this is where we are now.
At this stage.
This is the stage.
Okay, so in terms of crafting, like why did you choose about crafting? Is it because as a background of your inspiration and passion, or let's say something that you loved it before and now you wanted to make it more around the world, or something that inspired you to start with crafting? Because it's very interesting, like, to know that as a Ta-daan only focusing more, and they wanted to educate more people around the world specifically for crafting.
This is an interesting question, actually.
I hope it's not hard.
I can say that all of the founders, so I didn't mention, we are 4 co-founders, all female.
Wow, that's really good.
Good. And also empowering. The team, we're all female. So it's very empowering, and I hope that this can encourage more and more girls to start this kind of career. So we are all passionate about handmade, and each one of us has his own passion. Perhaps Roberta used to sew a lot, and she was very much inspired by her grandmother.
Nonna.
Nonna, esatto.
Grandma.
So she was a tailor, and of course this inspired Roberta a lot.
Beautiful.
But each one of us has his own passion. So I crochet, Sarah embroiders. So everybody
has the skill,
has some skill, but is very interested and very hands-on as well. So this is, I think, a passion that we all share, and in different ways. And in different ways, we have been driven through this kind of world. And when we actually met,
how did you guys meet? That's beautiful.
It's like really
the story.
So when we met, 2 of the girls were my classmates. So we knew each other, and we were already very much friends. And already doing a lot of works together because we were doing university together. But Roberta and I met in a different situation. So I was working as a guide in the first exhibition of craftsmanship. So it was like the first international exhibition held in Venice, and that was 2018 in September. And I was working there to guide visitors. So and Roberta, who was doing a master in management, in art and management. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Definitely.
She was actually scouting some people to join her entrepreneur idea. She wanted to do something with craftsmanship, so she wanted to promote it. Maybe not with a super clear idea
or a vision
or
the
a
puzzles
vision,
are just coming together.
Exactly. And yes, she knew that at that fair called Homo Faber, there were many young, we were called young ambassadors. So many young
beautiful.
ambassadors from all Europe and selected by a school of designs or arts. And yeah, so she knew that there she could find people passionate about craftsmanship as well.
Always the exhibit, it's, even though like it's a short time, but always you can find a lot of connecting with people and just
like-minded people. She knew where to go. Actually, exhibition also changed our lives in many different ways.
All of us.
So the thing that your entrepreneurship started from an exhibition, and you guys met in a like-minded place.
Yeah.
So you met Roberta, who is actually a total stranger, one would say.
Yeah, the first question she asked, I think, was where to go to find, I don't know, like she was asking for direction to me. So she didn't came to me immediately to have a conversation and maybe think, okay, maybe she can be my co-founder. So yeah, the first words we had were directions. And I said, no, actually I'm going that way, so come with me.
Wow.
And from direction to redirection.
Yeah.
That's really powerful. That's powerful, really.
Yeah, and like after that, she said she was a journalist and she wanted to do an interview with me, and I was very fine with it. We had the interview, and then she uncovered and said, "No, I'm not a journalist.
She's smart.
I'm looking for somebody to join this project."
That's really smart move. Very smart move of her.
Yeah. So I found, since the beginning, it was very interesting, but I knew it was a big project. So I said to her, I want to join, but I have 2 other people that I would love to introduce to you. If we want to start this, I would love them to be on board. And that the rest of the team.
That's amazing. So, so you and 2 of your friends who already knew each other, you turned your passion and your craftsman and skill in that and art into business. And especially when Roberta, from what I understood from you, she has the business background. She studied management. And you guys what was your majors, all of you?
Okay, so me, Sara, and Valeria studied visual design. Actually, it's called communication design in Milano. But anyway, we were studying there in Politecnico. And both the bachelor and the master.
So you did bachelor's and master's together?
Yeah, we did the whole journey together.
Wow,
that's powerful.
So you met in the university also with Sara and I think Valeria.
Yeah. We met there with
and it became the gang, 3 of you.
Exactly.
This is the best part. From
you guys, you need to learn how friendship is, making money together. That's the best kind of friendship.
Yeah. Most of the entrepreneurship and some of the businesses around the world, they started either from universities, same as let's say the founder of Google.
Yeah.
He was like with his friend, and then let's say also
sometimes roommates, sometimes people.
Yeah. You don't know where you can find
But that's very fruitful. Like you guys,
like knowing each other, and then like moving.
You make it happen
from friendship to a business.
Yeah, and sometimes it could be not easy to
Yes,
work with friends.
that's the thing.
So it doesn't matter. No, more than it doesn't matter. I
Yeah.
wanted to say, probably you're friends, but you don't know if you can work
Continue
together.
or not.
Exactly.
And probably can, like, working together can also ruin a
Yes,
friendship
yes,
sometimes.
definitely.
Sometimes.
But I knew that with Valeria and Sarah was different, as
Because they had the commitment, the discipline, the vision.
everything, and like we kind of tested each other into teamwork already a lot at university, because we were
always university
doing a lot
has many things to do in a way that you will know this your strength, because after all you are
But
improving.
yeah.
You're improving a lot.
But like sometimes at university, some people you don't click with, because like teamwork especially makes everyone true color comes. Some people like, you do the work and I'm gonna take the grades, or it's different, or I'm actually my word is gonna happen. You don't have to do anything, or it's like that. It's different. But I like how you guys clicked.
And then continue to this part,
this journey.
Really
but everyone already was built in with the discipline, the skill, the respect as friends, and the best of all, friendship already.
Yeah, totally. So maybe one of the best parts I feel to me is I go to work with the people I really come along and
that's
love.
The best way.
We don't feel
definitely
any stress. That's really amazing. So I would say, so of course, starting as a hobby is something, but when you went to business, is there any kind of competitive things that you have faced so far? Let's say through the when you introduced your product, how people they react at the first time? Is it like kind of curiosity about your unique style or something like that? I mean, like, what was your strength point of continue till from starting from 2018, let's say, as a starting point till now, and what was the struggling part that you faced in positive
you can
way
talk
and negative
freely
way?
about all the questions she asked.
Okay, so you asked a lot of questions all at once.
Just
So,
talk. You don't have to answer everything, but like you have the keywords.
The keywords. Yes, exactly.
So I'll try. I think what really people appreciate about Ta-daan is the great selection and the kind of products that we show, which are unique and very inspiring as well. I feel like, especially at the beginning, we were inspiring people to do and to get close to this world. And I think it's very important, as we in a way, the grandparents' generation were very much handy. They were doing a lot of things with their hands, like all. And then our parents' generation instead stopped.
Yes,
eventually. And so there
eventually.
is like this lack. And then now millennials or Gen Z are really looking towards the handmade world again.
Yes.
So they kind of want to fill the gap. And learn how to make the things by themselves. It's very therapeutic as well.
True. Because we always depend on technology. We always depend on the big machines. Like, it will just gonna take care of it. And
I think our parents' generation, they were the industrial age, and then both of us actually we are millennials. And at that time we started like the 90s phones, and we were just there are many. Google started, and then Facebook started, and like we struggled, and then Gen Z came. Everything is technology.
Everything like it's ready.
And then, but still, like we and Gen Z have felt that we need to escape from all this technology, and it's amazing that you decided to fill that gap.
Yeah,
literally, you didn't just wait for a solution
to come
right
up.
there. You loved what you are doing and made that. You decided to put it on Instagram. Right?
Yeah.
It's a platform.
So, that was at the beginning. And also we were doing a lot of contents like DIYs, ideas,
That's beautiful.
to encourage people to try themselves.
Okay.
And of course, this brought to the community a lot of craft lovers, we call them.
Yes.
But on the other side, I think also what is really strong is that we really help small businesses to have visibility, to get to the global market. Really, what is
as a platform.
So what we want to do is like connect craft lovers with artisans that are very talented, but maybe they lack the capacity to market themselves, or they're very localized and also product oriented, so they don't really want to do all the logistic, or it's very hard for them. So what we aim is that we will do the logistic, we will do all
take
the
care
marketing and all the communication for them instead. So it's our motto, like we say to the craft people, you
don't
craft,
have to,
and we take care of the rest.
That's
So-
really cool. That's
you
really
any
strong.
crafts people from anywhere in the world, like at the end of this episode or in the like when you are watching this episode, actually can reach to the platform and
As
reach to
Ta-daan.
you, Ta-daan.
Absolutely, yeah. We absolutely accept people want to come to the platform. We have a form you can fill in. So if you want, we will go through the applications, of course.
Yes.
Otherwise, anyway, I think you might be inspired, so you
Yes.
can come and see us at Real Ta-daan is on Instagram.
Yeah.
So you can follow us there, and
Yeah.
That's really
Amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
That's
And
really
you can get inspired because now you know behind the scene and the story. Yes. So that's amazing. Like the more I know, the more I'm like,
I'm
this
so
is
curious, like
amazing.
to buy some of it
Yeah.
in the future for sure.
Yeah.
I'm really since when I was kid, I always fantasize about and like fan of anything that is handmade things, because it's so precious that you will start it with, and you will gonna see it every time, like with you, like as a it's really inspiring.
Yeah. So then you got the business background and like in the entrepreneurship, and then COVID happened.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I don't want to talk about COVID. Please.
Just go away.
I hope that COVID disappears, but like it really changed our lives. 180 degree, all of us. It's kind of like a blessing in disguise in some way. Like everyone started to ask themselves what it really matters. So what do you think that impact have been to you? Because you started actually before COVID.
Yeah, we started before COVID, but our history is signed by COVID first, and now the war, so hard a time for everybody, I think. So that was unlucky, but on the other side, as you said, there's some positive outcomes also from that situation. So like really during the first lockdown, that was the hardest time maybe, we found ourselves the opportunity to make things differently. So at the very beginning, we were going to record videos inside the workshops of the artisans, like physically going. Also, we traveled a little for doing this, but of course with lockdown we couldn't go and find contents. So we started to do it remotely, and since that moment we kept
continuing.
We're continuing doing it, and this gave us the opportunity to open up and go beyond the borders even more
online.
Everything
actually
online.
The strongest things in COVID, people they used to buy things just offline, but the strength of the online, it gave the opportunity as an e-commerce. So whoever wants to see the product, they can see through the internet all the details, what's the instruction and so on, and then they just can click and then they can just get it at home without going to many places. This is like what it can keep people who wants to do e-commerce. Actually COVID, it was a little bit kind of give us a time to adjust with the
e-commerce was there, but not
that
everyone from every background, even like older people would go online and shop. But there is a lockdown, you have to do this. And then, So did you feel that gave you a redirection?
So when the first lockdown and also the second, like
Yeah.
all the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
years,
Yeah.
we didn't have any selling platform yet. So we were just working as a magazine. So our first business unit that still is there. So I don't know about that, but I'm sure whoever had the e-commerce was very blessed in a way.
Yes, eventually. Just like that.
If it was already a ready-made platform online to sell things, but you were, but still, I think that inspired you after COVID or like in between your time to take this online and sell it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And also it was very much a request of the community. So they were asking where to buy and how much. And so we were normally, before we were redirecting these people directly to the artisans, but not necessarily the artisan was selling worldwide or was actually organized to sell himself online. So now it's different. Now you can come to Ta-daan and buy directly.
So you were like a platform supporting people to go to the artist. You were redirecting them to go to the artist directly and buy it.
Before.
Because you are a content maker about arts.
Exactly.
And then when the business idea came, you made it like an e-commerce selling. So the art, you cut the gap between the client and the artist.
Yeah.
And you are a platform. That's
so you are the bridge.
Nice.
The bridge between the clients.
Bridge between two different worlds, really, like the very online one and the offline.
Yes.
As craftsmanship is interesting, as is very not attached to technology, not online. It's very tactile. It's very in this physical world, you know. But actually, we're bringing it online.
That's powerful. No borders.
There is an important question that maybe people, they will eventually know about crafting. But if you want to do one product, or let's say several products, does it take much time, like almost a day or 2 days to process it?
I might say it really depends. So all the artisans are working on different kind of techniques and different kind of products. So we have right now accessories for people, like bags, earrings, this sort of products, or accessories for the home. So you find a lot of ceramics and linen and lamps. So it really depends on the product. And also on the artisan itself. So each one has his own way of working. But of course, what we do is to tell all the details to the client. So
from the beginning stage to the...
So if you go and you will see also how long it takes for the product to be made, especially for you, if it's not in stock already, you know.
That's the thing, yes.
Because we have little stock for all the pieces, and then when it finishes, is to be crafted. So the artisan, well, depends on him. But it's interesting that for this kind of products, people are not impatient. Like they
understand.
It
takes time.
It's handmade. Handmade takes time, and it's all about communicating it.
That's when you can
tell the story, you know.
That's cool.
If you know what's happening, if you know that artisan is crafting for you something as so special, you are updated on the stages.
They will be curious to know, like, once till they get
probably like you're even more hyped to receive it, you know.
Because patience is a virtue. They are gonna wait, and it's gonna be more interesting. It's Ta-daan.
And then it's Ta-daan, exactly, when unboxing is. Woo.
Finally, I waited for this so long, and it's like customed and it's made for me, and that's beautiful.
But unless it's ready, and then you get it in a very short time. So because we know we are all in the Amazon generation, we are very impatient. We are
always like
very used to one day delivery.
When is it?
So
that's amazing.
Okay, so did you start first in Italy, and then you went a little bit kind of around Italy, and now where you are? Is it like more internationally, or let's say which stage you are now?
Because you are literally in Korea right now.
Yes.
We are in Korea.
So if I wanted to buy the product now, am I going to receive it?
Yeah, you
That's
are.
cool. That's cool. Yes,
So
I'm excited.
we started in Italy. Yes, we're based there. So there is our headquarters in Milano. But since the beginning, we always chose English as a language, as I said, to be international.
Exactly.
So on the magazine point of view, weren't any logistic problem. So it was born to be international and everywhere. And since the beginning, we had quite a big follower number from the south of Europe, so like Italy, Spain, Portugal, etc. But also America and Australia, Japan, everywhere really. Yeah. And now the e-commerce, we have the capacity to ship worldwide. Of course, we have agreement with carriers, and we have like flat taxes, not flat taxes, sorry, flat rates for the shipping.
As a
To make
startup.
it easier for
the
also the
clients and for
client
you as
to
well.
check what happens, how much is that. And of course, yes, in Europe is easier. So you're gonna also have a cheaper price for the shipping. For the rest of the world, we will work on it.
Actually, it takes time a little bit for the
rest of the
shipping,
world,
and how long it will take. Sometime like it might receive on time, and
But
sometimes
people
it might
understand that, of course, because
I think
it
so.
comes from an exotic country. Like for anyone, other countries are exotic. It's a greener on the other side. They wait.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes,
And surprisingly, we're receiving quite a lot of orders from America, or like, and it wasn't like at the beginning we weren't expecting that, you know, because we were thinking, oh, maybe like people will not buy something from Europe as it's so far, but it's not happening. On the contrary, people understand.
Good for you.
That's really great. Cheer up.
Yay. Yes. And so Korea, it's a different country, as we all know. There is the language barrier, maybe. There are a lot of people who can speak, of course, English. But how was it for you as a first impression when you came to Korea and like started?
So I arrived more or less a month ago. So it's not long. So it's still first impressions sometimes.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, I feel it's completely different world. I've been in others, like very far from home, even because I've been studying, for example, in Australia, and also so that was very far, and it was absolutely the opposite side of the world, like upside land, you know?
Yes,
like
down
the duration
down
time.
under.
Down under, exactly.
So it was very far, but still there I felt it wasn't that strange, that different. But here is completely different. Of course, language is plays a big role in this, of course.
It's a big impact, actually.
So I knew that many can speak English, also because of America is very connected here. But some are very shy and don't want to. And some others, they don't.
Curious, or maybe they are hesitate.
And so I barely speak 2 or 3 words in Korean. I find them also very long, like the words itself are very long, so it's super complicated, and even if I'm trying to remember them, it's so hard. But and then I noticed a lot of strange things, like but now maybe you're gonna tell me if you have noticed the same as you came here 9 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So for example, one strange thing that I've noticed is everybody is going around in couples, so there's a lot of couples here.
It is something.
It's not in Italy.
Not that much, or maybe you don't notice them, as we are not that touchy. Like here, everybody is
actually
holding hands.
It's the
all
opposite.
The time.
Yes. So if we talk culturally, like I feel like most of the time people just bow to each other and just greet each other. So it's time to like be physically
as a greeting, like
there is no greetings. But in our cultures in Italy or in Middle East, we generally touch each other,
As
hug
a
each
hug.
other
A
as
lot.
friends and families, even strangers, like we shake hands and stuff. But here they don't do any of that, so it's only reserved for kind of
for the couple.
yeah, it can be like that. So yeah, that's a cultural shock that
It was strange to me. I
and
said,
everything is like
is a world made for two.
Actually,
Also tables at restaurants are like almost
More-
two.
yeah.
yes, and
Well,
the thing
actually,
is,
maybe actually in this type of
maybe you can make a lot of couple kind of in
That's
the
the thing.
crafts.
that's the thing.
That's an
actually.
interaction for
Usually people they
Yeah.
will be interested more into cups, like cups into craft things. I
And they
think
love
this is
to
really gonna be
yeah.
like a very strength point for you to have a product from Italy to Korea in
Yes.
terms of this.
because
you-
they love
you can
couple
see it-
T-shirt. You can see a lot of people who wear the
Yes.
same
Yeah, matching.
matching,
A lot
and it's
of
not
matching.
everywhere else in the world. So
It's
it's like
it's not.
It's here.
Yes.
It's here and it's happening. And it's like wow, like
so
everybody's
yeah.
like.
Then I notice how much people walk around with slippers. Like
Because they are comfortable.
Yes.
yeah,
Like,
but
yeah,
I
but like,
kind of
yeah,
envy
more
them.
comfortable.
I wish it was like that in Italy
Yes,
too.
but
Like
But it is not.
it's
yeah,
comfortable.
Yeah.
Here is like totally different story, different culture. Even though like even that is happening, but I'm so amazed that it made all of us connect here in Korea.
Yes.
Made an entrepreneurship and whatever like opportunity that you can have. I mean, you can just try here in Korea and then you can like go
And-
worldwide.
yeah. How
Yeah.
did you come to Korea? Like as
How?
a
What-
And
market?
what
happened?
inspired you?
Yes.
Okay, so Ta-daan has been taking for an accelerating program, called Global Startup Program.
Oh, that's
okay.
beautiful. Yeah.
And so this is the reason why I'm here in this
Ah.
moment,
Okay.
along with other 7 startups, Italian startups. We are all here for 2 months, accelerated by Awesome Venture, is called. And so basically everybody, has this goal here, but mine is connect with other like-minded people, like we said
Yes.
before. So other startups looking for having chats with investors and this kind of figures. I figured out it's very hard here.
Yeah.
'cause
What about
unless-
Italy? Did you actually you are actually an established, I would call an established startup. You already have done a lot. Did you start from Italy to get investment and you went to competitions and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, we tend to be very active and
Most of the time,
kind of
like
Curious.
be everywhere.
Yes.
As much as catching the opportunities.
Yeah, that's very important. I mean, sometimes you do application and you don't even know exactly why, but you do it,
And
I
then
think,
all of a sudden you don't know
yeah.
what is the opportunity we're gonna come. You apply this one. Oh, did I apply? Oh my
Yes.
god, it's happening. Okay.
Yes. Be open and search Google and enter the keywords. I need to find this. Do you do that a lot?
Yeah. Well, we are also receiving like this newsletter for startups.
And you applied to them.
Yeah, that's very useful, really, because directly in the inbox, I know about the opportunities.
That's beautiful.
And then we are also very active in network for female entrepreneurship and female empowerment in general.
Yes.
So
we
also
need
from
that.
there, opportunity
It's
comes.
always come with network. Actually, network is one of the strengths. I think people they will say, okay, I'm just gonna talk about myself, or maybe I'm gonna promote about my product, but you never know where is the opportunity is gonna come. You talk about what you are capable of, but some people they will just gonna give you like, okay, I'm gonna give you like this hint.
They
You
don't
can go for
even
it.
like mean to give you. You
But
talk
they just,
about
like,
a
naturally.
journey,
It's
and
naturally
I'm so
happen.
confused about this. And one person gives you one word when you are networking, and it changes or cuts a lot of the things that you were supposed to do, and the journey.
It's like
just
you are in
shortened.
chapter 5, then they will gonna give you like just without going to 6, 7, and 8, you just go to 10.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. And I think like networking event maybe can be uncomfortable.
Yes.
For people.
Sometimes.
Actually, yeah, if you're introvert, especially. But
Yeah, really, I think that's the role. Like they push you out of the comfort zone.
Exactly.
And that's very important. And
very
then
important. Yeah.
there happens something.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
That's
it's
when the
very
magic
powerful.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm learning this in these years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. Like your character as a person, you feel like you changed. Like it became elastic. You became more.
Yeah, definitely helps in changing and working on your personality and maybe your weaker points. I don't know. Or it makes you discover where you are strong at and where you're good at. Because it's not necessarily something that you know.
Yes.
Sometimes you discover by doing.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think having a startup is really accelerating everything. So it happens a lot in within a day, or and so consider years. It happens a lot, and it's much more fast than in other experiences, I feel. So you learn faster as you have to. You do things that you never have done before because you have to do it and no one else knows how to do them.
Yeah.
So you have to learn by yourself and you have to do it.
So it's always self-learning.
Not only that, actually
growing.
you're gonna get your own how can I say, like you own it, and then it's like you feel like it's my baby. That this is what
precious.
is precious, and I want to make it like sure it's gonna go. Yes, the storm of struggling, the storm of not getting what you really wanted at that time, and it might gonna come along the way. So it's like kind of like all the processing is just like to keep as an entrepreneurship as much as you can. Sometimes it goes up and down, but this is the
it's
journey.
all up and down, and like it's a roller coaster.
Roller coaster, but at the end you will gonna reach to the top.
That's the thing. And you already felt it, like, because you keep growing, and that's the main thing I believe in every human being. Growth is very essential. The moment you say you stop growing, that's like you are living and not living. But when you are constantly growing, you are full of life. And I would like to say you learned how to be, as you said, first of when you go to a networking or meet other strangers, but you know that they are like-minded, or you are figuring out. So you are actually learning to be uncomfortable and being comfortable on being uncomfortable.
And to get the opportunity.
You got that? Like
Like it's also is important to be mindful to the emotion or to the moment you are living, because sometimes we all live very fast. We go fast and we don't stop and think about how am I feeling right now, or what am I why am I doing this, you know?
Yes.
And also I think going back to craftsmanship, when we started, we thought about values to communicate to people, and I think this is one of them, as we want to show also what can be very mindful activity, like crafting or slowing down, like to
be in the moment.
Go towards the slow life, which is something that I think we show a lot and is very inspiring to people. Is a lifestyle that probably everybody aims for itself, herself.
True.
Or many people aim. So the faster you go, the slowlier you wish you could be.
Definitely.
But we are just living in a generation that times goes so fast.
Especially like we feel this because we are in Korea, honestly. And I will give you one tip. Like Korea is changed very fast. And even when she went to Italy, when I went back to the Middle East, I was like, everything's still
so
slow, kind of calm. But here in Korea, I go to one shop in my university. There is a summer vacation. I come back, this shop doesn't exist. Imagine.
So they
change it into something else.
They change the business model all the time.
Yeah. Wow. And it's like super fast that they have the word that's called palli.
Palli means like fast.
Palli. Everything fast. So they even name themselves. They are the palli culture. It's very much adapted, is inserted in the language, and even in the culture.
Even if you are here, you can see sometime like the timing of the transportation, or
everything is on time.
It's like on time, and then if you skip,
that's true. It's perfectly on time.
If you skip 3 seconds,
it's over. Yeah, it's gone.
So it is like
incredible.
very.
Which is like good for transportation. I
Yes.
feel
Yes.
like it's.
But sometimes
it's-
like there are things that it need a little bit kind of adjustment
I-
time.
yeah.
But I mean like.
But like for people, for us, like living in metropolitan city in Seoul, it's very efficient, and it's convenient. And when I talked to some of my Korean friends, they told me actually that it's kind of scary for all of us. So we are all humans. They kind of like the fast changes. Everyone needs to slow down. So
Somehow.
everyone needs to be mindful.
Yeah.
So people are turning a lot into craftsmen, cooking slowly, doing things slowly.
And nowadays, many
live
things.
life.
enjoying that moment.
that moment.
And
yes.
for your information, many things in Korea now it's getting more into handmade.
Yes. Did you
Really,
notice
like-
that, or did you go to any exhibitions
places?
or like mine?
Yeah, I went to see Craft Soul in Coex,
Mhm.
and there I actually met quite a few craft people. I would say craft women, really.
Wow.
Yes.
And actually today I've been to one of them. I met her in the studio, and we did a ceramic class. So that was my first time. Incredible.
Yes.
But because it's years that I'm working in this niche, but somehow I didn't try till today in Korea.
Wow.
Wow, that's amazing.
And how was their experience?
And so we've been talking a lot about how many people here are doing their ceramic studio, for example, or other kind of crafts. And she confirmed that there is a growing sector,
Yes.
very growing, and probably there's the need. It's not our own idea that when we started, we kind of saw craftsmanship is super important in the in this moment, in this world we are living in this moment, and maybe even more will be in the future. And it's confirmed by all the people I'm talking to, basically. There's the need of slowing down and go back to
I hope that you can have an opportunity while you're in Korea to travel some places, because actually they really have incredible locations. They really have really handcraft things, and they are really
also
working
museums. Actually, the craftsman is really the beginning of humans. So when you go to a museum, you can differentiate which era lived, which era flourished, which different, even cultures. Everyone needed those kind of stuffs, and it's beautiful to see strong entrepreneurs from Italy, global citizen to the world, changing and bringing that gap as a platform. As Ta-daan.
Ta-daan.
Yeah, it was really great to have you. I
Really,
could
really.
talk until tomorrow, but
really, like we really enjoyed about hearing the story itself, and how the best part of it, it's like the empowering the as a woman team. Like it's really incredible, and you guys like you really
we're very proud to be female.
Yay!
Yeah.
So thank you for coming today. You started with, as you just summarizing a little bit, that you guys were friends, and then you met Roberta, who has shared the same mindset, and you guys made it happen as a business from passion. So
passion to
everyone
business.
can actually, as an entrepreneur, you can make money doing what you love.
Absolutely. And I think we really spend a lot of time of our life working.
Yes.
So you have to love what you do.
Yeah.
Yes.
To be happy. Like you have to.
You have to find it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Maybe it's simple and not even a smart takeaway from this conversation. But at the end, the simplest thing are the real true things.
Yes.
So you have to do what you love.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yes. And one thing is that we learned a lot today. Our podcast name is istoria, as you, but I would like to hear your pronunciation in Italian. What is
I just said istoria.podcast.
And is word istoria is Latin? Is derived?
Means storia. So history.
Oh, see? You know the
it,
name. Okay, we started with Ta-daan. I will give you a little thing about istoria, which I like the pronunciation istoria, is history. And I searched when I was we searched for the name, and we wanted to say Story Podcast, but then
But it didn't work out because it's a really long. So if I want to talk about, like, I want to say my story, like my story, still it doesn't count. But Storia is like it. I'm talking about
my story as an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
But when I dig deep down, I found the Greek variations and Latin variations that it could mean also learning through research.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Yeah.
So the idea of Ta-daan is like more to
combination.
Like I get the product like Ta-daan for us, like as a podcast, as a talking about all what you want to say freely without any hesitation, anything that you want to speak about through istoria.
And we are happy that we invited you today, and we hope more we can see Roberta and Sarah and Valeria in this podcast.
Maybe we're gonna come to Italy someday
and take this podcast to Italy.
Yeah, well, please come. You will be my guest. Okay. Absolutely.
Let's hope for
Grazie mille. Thank you so much. Okay, we're gonna be closing this session now, and we wanted to talk more, but we will definitely, there will be another time to talk, because our story is not going to end. We're going to be growing as female and empowering each other. And we would like also to think that this podcast and this vision wouldn't have been possible without Google for Startup. So we are actually in Google for Startup Studio for Creators. So shout out to Google for Startup. Yay. And we hope that it's going to be more in every country in the world, so people can be as creative
can relate
as
and
possible.
Can connect to each other.
Yes, as we did today. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.